Okay, everybody.
Live.
Q here with Tech Rants, early morning live stream once again using the Honor 7X. You know how we do it. Let's go ahead and pull up the chat real quick. I'll go ahead and pull it up here on my iPhone SE. Um, yeah, I can't go outside because I actually was gonna go outside. There was fog, so yeah. So we're gonna go live from the office tonight. Well, my office area. So yeah, let me go ahead and find my headset, plug that in so we can get better audio quality real quick. Yeah, guys, I just got so much going on in my life, and it just feels good to come up here and just talk. And I do want to address something before we get started in this video, but first of all, let me get my headset together. So give me 1 second here. Let me air out everything. I've slept the majority of the day yesterday and damn near all night, so I'm pretty much wide awake. I am a little tired. I just got so much going on, so I don't know how long I may be up here earlier. I would have been up here. If I went live about 30 minutes ago, I probably would have told you I was going to be up here for quite a while. But I'm not, because now I'm starting to get tired again, so yeah. Let me figure this out real quick. Give me 1 second. Alright, we're going to plug this in, so give me 1 minute. Alright, I'm going to plug this in
Rotate
in
device.
3, 2, 1. Alright, let's see how that sounds.
Device.
Not the best angle. So yeah. Gotta readjust everything. The thing I dropped this on carpet. My office is very junky, I know, but hey, what can you do? It's my sanctuary. So let's go ahead and try this again.
Rotate device.
Sorry about this.
Rotate to watch. Finish button. Double tap to activate.
Okay, there's my iPhone. All right, so I'm gonna plug this in again. 3, 2, 1. All right. So hope that that's better now. Hopefully everything is secure. What's up, TJ Javaria, man? Thanks for joining in, man. So yeah, now that I got everything set up correctly, let's go ahead and chat. First things before we get started, I had somebody actually private message me here and ask me, well, why do you do live streams and you make videos and stuff, and you're not getting much of a view count, you're not getting much of you know, you're probably not making any revenue off of it. Okay, so here's the thing, and I'm not knocking anybody that does do YouTube as a full time, but me personally, YouTube is not my full time job. I do this because I love it. Now I do make money off of my content, just not through YouTube. I'm not going to get into how I make the money, but it generates some sorts of income through one of my websites and one of my partnerships that I have with another company. They use my content for informational purposes. So but it's out, honestly, it's really nobody's business. But YouTube is not my full-time job. I come up here because I love it. All of the junk that I got going on in my life, this is therapy for me. This is very relaxing. I love coming up here, expressing my opinions. If people come in and join in, I love answering questions. It's just me. I enjoy it. It makes me feel good. So, you know, do, to each his own. So yeah, there's that. So let's get to the topic at hand. So first of all, so the DNC, the Democratic National Convention, is warning all, it's warning the Democrats and stuff not to buy ZTE and Huawei devices because supposedly they're hacked by the Chinese government and they're being used to spy on us and da 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 da, proposing security risks and all this other shit. If the Chinese and by the way, I'm streaming from the Honor 7X with Cricket Wireless. Just thought I'd put that out there. So I'm streaming from a Chinese manufactured phone that I love to death. I think it is one of the best devices you can buy for the money. So shout out to Huawei, shout out to Honor, shout out to Cricket even because the service is wonderful. Honor 7X, definitely a major go. So, people are complaining and stuff, talking about Huawei's spying on us. ZTE. I'm not going to get into politics at all on this channel. This is not what I do. But me personally, I was surprised when Trump actually helped ZTE lift the ban. Help ZTE get their ban lifted here. That was actually a surprise to me. I'm glad that it happened, and I'm looking forward to see what ZTE comes out with. It's going to be very interesting for ZTE. This is ZTE makes some very solid devices for the price. So I'm very interested to see what actually happens with ZTE. Hopefully, they make a good comeback. So I think the main problem is that ZT. I mean not ZT. The government is mad that Huawei has kind of surpassed Apple in the smartphone manufacturing sales. Huawei is now the number two selling phone manufacturer in the world. Okay, they have surpassed Apple. Of course, when people think of smartphones, it's all about Apple. It's all about Samsung. When you walk into like Verizon or AT&T or any major store you go into, they are offering you Apple or Samsung. That is the main goal is to get you to buy one of those flagship devices. Now, of course, I am starting to see commercials for the Galaxy. I mean, the LG G7 ThinQ or the LG V35 thing. I'm starting to see commercials for LG. I do, and I see more LG commercials, and I'm starting to see Motorola commercials, and they show the Google, like the Google Pixel commercials. So, I mean, every once in a while, I may see a brand, but most of the time, when you see a phone commercial, it's Galaxy, or Samsung, or Apple, and that's just it. That's what they mainly advertise. Huawei has the potential to be the number one, to make a good U.S. appearance. They really do. Huawei is a very solid brand. They make solid devices for the price, and in my opinion, they perform better. I've used Samsung, I've used LG, I've used ZTE. I'm a big ZTE advocate as well, but I've used Samsung, I've used LG, I used iPhones. I have an iPhone. I'm reading the comments and watching the stream on my iPhone SE. It's a great device. I'm not going to take that away from it. But my Honor 7X is probably the best Android that I have ever owned besides my J. My J7 Perks was a good phone. I'm not going to sit here and say it was. But the Honor 7X, all the money I paid, that is the one of the best phones, and that is probably one of the top phones that I can say is worth every penny that I paid for it. The J7 Perks was not worth the money I paid for it. The J3 Emerge, it was worth the money I paid for it. It was $80. The J3, at the time, I guess that you can say it was worth the money because it was at a time where prepaid phones were not. Hold on a second. Got my microphone. It was at a time where prepaid phones were still trying to evolve themselves. But and of course, Samsung device was probably one of the best phones you can buy in the prepaid sector. It was going to perform the best, or even maybe Samsung or LG. But we have came to a point now in technology where there are so many wonderful devices out there that are not Apple and Samsung. Honor 7X, I will say it again and again. I've never used it, but the Blade V8 Pro seems like it was a solid device from ZTE. The Nokia 6.1, it's $270, and the great thing about that phone is you're guaranteed software updates for the next 2 to 3 years. So, you buy a Galaxy, you're not guaranteed software updates. Uh, you know, Apple, of course, you are because it's all Apple, but it's just I don't know, guys. It's just like we're living in an era where the government, like I said, I'm not trying to turn this into politics at all, but we're living in an era where we pretty much let the government influence our decisions on what we buy and what we do. So, I mean, honestly, I'm not believing it. If the Chinese government is really spying on me, hey, whatever. I'm not doing anything illegal. They're trying to get secrets into about America. I don't work for the government. I watch the news, but I don't work for the government. The government has a lot of secrets here in the U.S. I don't know shit. Uh, so I mean, people are complaining, and all this other stuff, and we're so Huawei is so horrible, ZTE is so horrible. Like really, come on now. I will continue as long as I can buy. I've made a decision. I thought about it, and after using the Honor 7X, Huawei is probably my new favorite manufacturer. And as long as I can buy Huawei devices in the U.S., even if they don't come with a warranty, if I buy them from Amazon.com and I have that 30-day money back guarantee, I will continue to buy them. I will buy them because of course, I'll wait a while and watch reviews and stuff like that to see how it turns out. But for the most part, I will continue to support Huawei. And when ZTE comes out with a wonderful device, I'll buy that too, and I'll test it. So, okay, I'm noticing a little bit of buffering um, as I'm watching the video here. Cricket might be having some issues. I would usually when I go live, 9 times out of 10, I get full signal. This time I was not getting full signal. So yeah, don't know what's going on in the area or whatever. I haven't been paying attention to the full stream like I usually do. It's still on. It's buffering. I can tell it's buffering a little bit. If it's too bad, I'll just cut it off. But it seems like it's working itself out. Turn on my turn up turn up the microphone a little bit. So let me see. All right, I think just testing it out, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, looks like everything's back to normal. Okay, so a little bit of buffering, at least on my end, I noticed it. So I had to make sure everything was good to go. Like I said, Cricket was not getting, I was not getting full AT&T full coverage this morning before I went live, like I normally do. It was 2 bars, but speeds were consistent. So yeah, that is one thing I can say about Cricket. The speeds are very consistent. Don't have any issues at all with Cricket, and yeah, I love it. So yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, I will continue to be a Huawei supporter. I will continue to be a ZTE supporter. I had a ZTE device and it was good. I actually had a couple. I did play around with the Blade Z Max, and I played around. And I had another one. What was it called? It was the Avid Plus, which was a real budget device. It was a free device from Metro PCS, but honestly, for what it was a very good device. And honestly, it had a little few hiccups here and there. Yeah, you had to restart it, but honestly, for what it was a damn good device, and I would definitely recommend it over. ZTE is a very good brand. People talk mess about Huawei because of the skin. But honestly, Huawei, I kind of, me personally, I kind of like the EMUI skin. It's very customizable. Yeah, they're kind of going for like that Apple layout, kind of what how they do with the home screen and all that. But I mean, for the most part, it's very solid. I've had some people I've had some people complain. I watched a lot of reviews. People say, "Oh, it starts to lag and it hiccups here and there, and all that." I have pushed this phone to the full limit. I pushed this phone to the full limits, and I have not noticed any hiccups whatsoever. I had to restart it like I had to restart it yesterday, but that was because the app crashed and it was just completely unbearable. But for the most part, I no, it does not. It doesn't overheat. Performance is stellar. Battery life is definitely battery life is just where it's at on this device. Battery life is it. I Battery definitely will get you through the whole day, no issues whatsoever. Usually when I do about a 30 to 40 minute stream, when I'm done, I'm down about 15 to 16%, which is actually pretty good. And it was a little buggy at first. It would usually get hot when I would stream. Now it doesn't really. It's barely warm anymore. It's just normal temperature, and it works. So Huawei, basically what the point I'm trying to make is the government got mad because Huawei is making good devices, especially for the budget market, and people, see that now they have options just over a Galaxy or an iPhone, especially if you have GSM carrier like AT&T or Cricket or Metro PCS, Team, whatever. So I'm sorry, guys. I slept like I said, majority of the day yesterday. I fell asleep last night. Now I'm just, I don't know. That's creepy. I don't know why the hell she comes on at the most inopportune times. But yeah, I'm not even checking the comments like I should. I don't think there's any comments, but we'll see. Yeah, there's no comments. But if you keep comments coming, if you got any questions, comments, concerns. Thank you to whoever's in here watching. Appreciate it. But yeah, you have a lot of choices, and I'm all about choices. I prefer to give people choices to let them know that they're not restricted to just one thing. You have options in life. Especially in the technology world, and we have came so far. So like I said, people are now saying you don't have to issue out $1,000 just to have a decent phone. They look nice. I'm sure they perform well. I'm not knocking them, but me personally, no. I can easily go ahead and finance a device and spend the next 2 years paying for it. But no, no, I just no. Um. So yeah, that's just my opinion on that. They're just jealous because Huawei makes very good devices, and I think they're more better value for your money than like a Galaxy or an iPhone. But that's just my opinion. I like Huawei. I like ZTE. And I will continue to support them no matter what. Okay, Galaxy Note 9. So I'm gonna talk about the Note 9, and I'm gonna talk about 5G. Okay, so they're supposed to be announcing the Note 9 on the Thursday. So we'll see what that's about. Of course, I'll do a live stream about that. Probably Friday morning or whatever, or that later on that day. Depends on how things are going. Like I said, my life is so it's anyway. But yeah, so the Note 9 is supposed to be announced, and I'm supposed to have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which Huawei has phones that have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery for way less than half the price. Um, yeah, what actually do they? Yeah, Huawei has I think it's like $400, and it does have a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. I can't think of the name of it. ZTE, the Blade Z Max had a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So, Nokia makes even one of their budget phones. It's like 100. It's very cheap. It's one of their Android Go phones. It has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Even LG, I'm not the biggest LG fan at all. But LG, their X Power and Fiestas and X Charge and all these whatever the hell they call them, those have 100 and 4,500 milliamp hour batteries, and then you have like the Moto E5 Plus or the E5 Supra on Cricket, 5,000 milliamp. So there's so many companies out there that's making big batteries, so they really think they're doing something with a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Which I think they should. With a phone that big and all the technology is packing, I think a 4,000 milliamp hour battery is suitable, and it is, yes, it is acceptable. So, but and then it's supposed to have 512 gigabytes of ROM. Let's go ahead and talk about that for a second. I really got to weigh in on that opinion, and I might piss some people off when I say this. And honestly, guys, everything is just my personal opinion. Anything that I say, I'm not trying to influence you. whatever you do with your life, and just these are just my opinion based on what I do and what I see. 512 gigabytes to me is obsessive for a phone. For a computer, yeah, not so much. No, 512 gigabytes is, yeah, whatever. Um, 512 gigabytes in a phone. Honestly, what are you doing? What are you doing? It now if the phone did not have expandable storage, then I could possibly see that. Okay, getting breaking news here. We had an Amber Alert. Okay, good. The baby was found safe. So, but yeah, if the phone does not have expandable storage, then yeah, maybe 512 gigabytes is an option, especially the prices they're charging. I could see that. Maybe they're trying to justify the price by giving damn microphone. Maybe they're trying to justify the price by giving it that much storage. Like you take the Mate RS Porsche edition. It's well because it has the Porsche logo on it, which is one of the reasons why it's $2,400. But it does have the 512 gigabytes of storage, so that makes you feel better, way better about paying for the price. But honestly, what do you need? What do you need 512 gigabytes for? Now let's talk about it. I have 128 gigabytes on my iPhone SE. And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you how much I've only used. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's go to set. Let me tell you something. Let's see. I've used 14.4 gigabytes out of 128 gigabytes. Now, of course, y'all know, and it froze. It froze up on me a little bit. Of course, y'all know Apple, their stuff takes up a good amount of space. But out of all the apps and stuff that I've downloaded, I still have all that storage available. And I probably won't even use nowhere near half of that storage. And I know what y'all gonna say. Well, why did you get the 128 gigabyte? And it's because this was the only one that they had. So, whatever. I could have easily got the 32 gigabyte, but this was cheap. This was the only one they had, and so hey, it was the best one. And I really wanted an iPhone SE, and it was a damn good deal. So I mean, 512 gigabytes, the 4,000 milliamp hour batteries. They're adding more RAM, probably more ROM. The screen is going to be up about a point 1 inches from 6.3 to 6.4. Here's my opinion. And they're talking about charging $1,500 for the phone. If you're going to charge that much for a phone, you need to do like like Huawei once again. You need to do companies like Huawei, for example, and be very nice. Huawei includes a case in a lot of their phones. They include the 3.5. Of course, they have to include the dongle. They don't have to include the dongle, but they do. They include headphones. There's a lot of stuff that Huawei includes in their phone. So for the Note 9, you want to charge $1,500? That's fine. That's fine. But for $1,500, I need a all-in-one experience. I need give me a micro SD card. You know, it ain't got to be nothing major. Maybe a 32 or 64. I need a micro SD card included. I need a case included. I need a decent charger. You know, give me a longer cable included. And give me head. I think they do include headphones. So case, card, headphones, um, and maybe a longer US, a longer charging cable. So I paid $1,500 for this phone. Then I gotta take my ass out and buy another a longer charger if I don't already have one. And then I gotta buy a case because if I pay that much for a phone, 9 times out of 10 I'm not gonna rock it naked because too much can happen to it. So they really should include a lot if they're charging that price. But because it's Samsung and the government says it's the best, you know, they have to, they can do whatever they want to, basically. They basically have free range. They can do whatever the hell they want. Now, I'm not knocking the Note 9. I'm not knocking any Samsung or Apple device. Give me 1 second. I'm not knocking any of these devices because I never used them. And give me 1 second, guys. I dropped my head. I hate earbuds, but it's these have better sound quality for live streaming. So give me 1 second. I don't know you can't hear me, so I'll repeat what I said. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I hate earbuds, but they have the best sound quality for live streaming. So, well, these are the best. It's the only microphone that I have, and the microphone on here is pretty damn good. So that's why I use it as well. So, give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. So yeah, you want to charge all that money for the price, for the phone? It just needs to be a one shop stop. So give me the case and all that other stuff because $1,500 for a phone is just ridiculous. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the phone. The phone, I'm sure it's going to perform fabulous. It's going to have a lot of good features. But the price, it's just that price that I can't, I cannot see myself paying that much for a device. So, and like I said, because it's Samsung, and the government influences it, then of course it's perfect because government likes it. It's wonderful. That's what we advertise in the U.S. So it is what it is. But I've never been the type, you know. Hey, I like Huawei. I like ZTE. I even like Motorola. Anybody that puts a device out that I don't have to give up both my legs, both my arms, a kidney, a liver, and my firstborn child, you know, to get it, I respect them. So it's, hey, it is what it is. I, so like I said, I'm not knocking the Note 9 at all. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking any major phone like that. I'm not knocking the iPhone 10. I'm knocking the price. I can knock the price. Because if you're going to charge that much for a phone, you really could do way better. Honestly, give me something that I can say, yes, it's worth $1,000. Woohoo! I'll go ahead. I'll pay the 1,500 in a minute. But I ain't seen nothing that's made me jump out my chair. So for right now, I'll stick with the iPhone SE and I'll stick with the Honor 7X. Okay? All right. All right. I've been on here 35 minutes. 36 minutes. So, real quick, I'm going to touch on 5G a little bit, and I'll go ahead and jump on out of here. So, 5G, Verizon has partnered up, and now they're going to get the Moto Z3. Okay. So, the Moto Z3 will have 5G support. Okay, so when 5G finally launches or whatever the case may be, you'll be able to get like a mod that you can put on the phone so it can take advantage of the 5G technology. So honestly, it's okay. I mean, I think me personally, what do we need 5G for? What do we really need 5G for? LTE is plenty fast right now for what we got going on. Now, I'm not bragging on anything. I have very good Wi-Fi at my house. I get I can get up to like 150 megabits download, and I always get like now my upload speeds are between it's 10 and 12 up. So my Wi-Fi here at the house is perfect, and that's connected to the 5G, the 5 gigahertz band. So the Wi-Fi speeds for that is very, very fast. LTE works very fine. I'm streaming live on YouTube right now. 8 megabits down, 8 megabits up. Probably a little less than that. I did not do a speed test before I got started. Actually, I did. It was 8 down and 6 up. And yeah, we had a little buffering here and there, but for the most part, my live streams on YouTube go just fine. I can put up a web page just fine. I can watch a video just fine. What do we really need 5G for? You know, Cricket is capping LTE speeds the way they are now. So when Cricket decides to upgrade to 5G, I better see speed like 40, 50 megabits. You know, at least boost me up to about 40. You know, LTE speeds can be very, very fast. Like I said, Cricket is capped 8 megabits down and up, and they're calling it LTE. That's not really LTE in a way, if you think about it. We're still kind of on HSPA 4G speeds, but it's perfect. It works. It's as long as it's consistent, it works without any issues. I don't see any major problems whatsoever. So, I mean, 5G, yeah, okay, woohoo, technology. But the the speeds that I'm getting now with Cricket is sufficient enough. It conducts these live streams just fine. And I mean, honestly, what's going to happen with 5G? Yeah, some things may be faster. Of course, okay, great. We'll be able to upload faster. That's one benefit I can see. We'll able to upload videos. You know, I can upload a shit. I can upload like a 4K video. I can upload like a 3 GB file in like 2 minutes. Woohoo! Great. That's fine. That'll actually be nice. Being able to upload larger files much faster. That'll help YouTube content creators out. So, I mean, okay, I'm noticing there's a little bit of buffering here. So sorry about that. Not one of my best streams, I know. But, hey, it is what it is. So, I mean, yeah, 5G, it's one, it can be great. I'm not going to sit here and say it won't. Of course, once it launches and we start using it, I may find something I like about it. But honestly, LTE is perfectly fine for me. I've even did some experimenting with 3G and I haven't had any issues. But some people are very picky about what they want, and it is what it is. Because I remember when LTE first came out, it was still trying to become a thing. If it wasn't LTE or 4G, people went crazy. And of course, now since I'm a YouTube creator and I'm in the tech field and things of that nature, I kind of sympathize with them. Yeah, LTE, we need no, unless 3G speeds are, a little, we're getting like HSPA plus, so 21 megabits down or whatever, and like 10 up. Unless we're getting those speeds, yeah, LTE is definitely what it is, especially for live streaming and stuff like that. So, but like for the average person who doesn't, for the average person that does not do any live streaming, that doesn't watch a lot of videos on their phone, or even if you're just watching videos, checking your email, doing basic social media and stuff like that, 3G LTE, that's going to be just fine for you, honestly. But if you're YouTube creator, content creator, and stuff like that, maybe 5G will help you in the long run because upload speeds will be faster. And I guess also they're saying that we can, LTE will be able to be used, or 5G will be able to be used better in our homes for Wi-Fi. So it'll be this new standard, which I mean will be nice. Um, it'll be faster, but I mean for the most part, like I said, LTE surpasses everything that I need. It will be nice to upload videos much faster on YouTube, or whatever. Maybe do some things, a couple other things, but for the most part, oh, I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump on and off here in a second. Well, for the most part, LTE is just fine, and all it's gonna do for the time being, it's just gonna jack the prices up a little bit. Especially Verizon. When Verizon first launched LTE, their prices flew. up, and it was ridiculous. I don't even know how. I don't even want to talk about it because it hurts my heart. I don't even know how Verizon got away with it. Verizon just honestly, they really do. They rob people, and it's just not right. So, but yeah, 5G. I'm not gonna sit here and knock it because I don't know. Um, I'm not knocking anything. I just all I can do is provide my opinion. Like, but a lot of it just seems unnecessary. But once it all launches and I actually experience it, of course, my opinion, I might find okay, cool. But is it going to be worth paying the high prices for it? No. For the most part, no. I mean, like I said, unless I see like a real wow factor that I say, yeah, it's worth paying this extra 10, whatever. Of course, with Verizon, it's going to be like 70, $60 extra for 5G service. And they still got a lot of bugs to work out of it. So we're about another 3 to 4 years away before 5G even takes full effect and takes over the world. Other companies I think, have already started on 5G. I'm actually gonna make a video about that. We're kind of behind when it comes to technology here in the United States, and I'll make a video probably just talking briefly about that. But I mean, for the most part, LTE for us, for most people, is fine. It really is. At least for me. For me personally, the 8 megabits that I get with Cricket is just fine. My Wi-Fi is perfect. I use Wi-Fi and the Cricket, and besides downloading, of course, my Wi-Fi is faster, but loading pages, pulling up videos, streaming music and stuff like that, there's no difference whatsoever. It loads with no issues. Is especially when it's very consistent. There's really not too many issues. So, yeah. So yeah, guys, that's my opinion on 5G. I'm not excited for it. I'm not saying that it won't be a good thing, but you know, you just gotta wait and see. Don't knock it till you try it. But I don't think it'd be worth paying the extra money for the price. It's just that's just my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. Everybody, some people might say, "Oh, it's gonna be worth paying," whatever. People find every little bitty thing to pick about. You got people in the world that just are just not satisfied if it's not the best. And that's fine. You are entitled. This is what people work for. You work to have the best. Now if you're just one of those little spoiled rich kids, that's a whole other opinion. But people, you work hard to be able to have what you want. And yes, you deserve the best. I'm not knocking nobody for having the best, but you have to look at real world realities. Can I really afford it? Is it really worth? Is it really necessary to have all this extra stuff? Because honestly, like I said, there are a lot of people that pay for technology they don't even use. People buy these $1,000 phones and stuff, and they have all this technology, and they don't even know what half of it is. My mother has a K20V with Verizon, and she's freaking out. It's a huge upgrade for her. She went from a Cure Hydro Reach to this, and she thinks it's just the most advanced thing ever. And I almost bought her an Honor 7X. Thank God I didn't do that, because if I did, she really would have. Wow. It's just crazy, though. But, do whatever is best for you. Like I always say in my videos, do what's best for you. Don't let me influence. I'm here to provide my opinion. And if I can help you save some money and help you look at things in a different, help you realize, hey, you have the opportunity to save some money. Go ahead, save some money. That's what I do. Like I say, even if I was rich, I would still have Cricket. And that's just point blank. I just have a lot more phones, more expensive phones. But that's just me. So save money, do what's best for you, and don't let nobody tell you different. Don't let nobody knock you for what it is you do. If you're rocking an iPhone 4S still, hey, rock that iPhone 4S. So, yeah. Okay. So So I'm going to go ahead and jump on out of here. This has been a long, lengthy stream. I just been up here rambling. Thank you to everybody that's joined in. Whatever. Thank you guys. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that other good stuff. And this has been Q from Tech Rants, and I will catch you guys on the next one later.